Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. Title of the stream is Should Alexis Be Danny's Guardian on General Hospital? Now, I have reservations about that before, and after seeing today's episode, I can sit there and say it was a definite, absolute mistake to have Alexis be Danny's guardian. I don't know what she was doing, what kind of advice she was doling out, but it had nothing to do with the fact that the kid literally started the fight first. You came there looking for a fight. Okay, Alexis. That's your takeaway. that's your goddamn takeaway. Somebody throws a punch at Danny. He's like, am I supposed to sit there and take it? I think you're missing the point. No, boo, I think you're missing the point. Amy H is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Mars in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sean is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I hope everyone had a great day. It's Friday. So we're gonna have some fun. Alexis, you raised girls. Okay? You didn't raise any boys, and clearly that shit is showing. It is showing, it is showing, it is showing. Oh yeah, today off. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hope you enjoyed it. You definitely earned it. Having a day off is great. I'm doing good, Black Mom. I survived today. So, I can't complain. Was good, Danny? Yeah. So, you say you hated it, Sean. Why do you hate it? Why do you hate that Alexis is Danny's guardian? Was good, Ron? How you doing tonight? Hope you are well. That's amazing. I started off so noble with good intentions and I started doing these streams and I don't know what wound up happening. I'm gonna have to definitely ponder. But yeah, she's going to do what Sam did and box Danny in. She's going to do what Sam did and box Danny in. All control. I just, I sat there was like, he got into a fight. He didn't start the fight. The guy literally started talking shit about him. And then he throws the first punch, and you snap there you're treating Danny like he's the bad guy. Like, are you kidding me? Okay, congratulations, Danny. I'm doing good. Hope you are too. And yeah, congratulations. That's good. That's good. You keep it up. You keep grinding. You keep posting and making videos and stuff, and you know all work out. So that's good. That's good. Wow, that shit is loud. Everyone should to pull out her cell phone and record it and go straight to the. No, Ron. I didn't want her to do that. Like I didn't want her to report her. Okay, that's not something that I envisioned Sheila doing. So no. Um, which was actually the only interesting part about Bold and the Beautiful. A lot of times I feel like with Bold and the Beautiful, they just start to just not care. They start to really not care. Like Ivory is just so fucking annoying. The whole time she's like, "Oh, I think you should be with him. He's good looking. He's well traveled. He can speak languages. He's so nice to you. He's not like Spencer. He's not like a misogynistic pig." That's all she did for fucking 30 minutes. I'm just like, it's amazing. It's nothing short of a miracle. Or somebody must be, with some knee pads to sit there and keep this show on for X amount of years. I'm always questioning how is the Bold and the Beautiful still on? Monique says, I agree with Box Lecture should enroll Danny into some boxing classes. This chick was not there acting like it was his fault, even though that the other guy threw the first punch. Well, yeah, I mean, Danny, you gotta have fun, man. You gotta have fun. You can't think of it as hard. You just gotta have fun. And Danny, here's the thing: if you're not having fun doing these videos, there's no point in you doing it. So have fun doing it. It's supposed to be fun. This is fun. You know, you have fun. Everything else will fall into place. Well, she dressed up like a nurse because she had an idea that they was up to some funny business. And she caught him. She caught him. And listen, Steffi was right. I listen. I didn't like how Steffi was there talking down to her, like she was the parent. But in all reality, she was 100% right. And dumbass Taylor was just like, "No, we're not gonna get caught. Everything's gonna be fine." Like, I'm like, what kind of person she is. She shot your daughter in the alley, and you sit there playing you playing these idiotic, stupid ass games. Like, what are you doing? And what's good, Francis? It's been a hot minute. How have you been? Seeing GA's days. I haven't seen GA's days are beyond the gates in 2 days because I've been super busy. Did Haley get exposed yet? Haley didn't get exposed yet. And Theo did not sit there and see his mom. And as far as what happened on GH, I did a review for that. So just watch my review. It was like a good couple minutes. But I hope I at least answered two of your good questions. Like talk trash about crazy Victor and Ivory because I can't stand them. Yeah, man, just have fun. It's all good, Francis. It's just good to see you. Like I said, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. And honestly, tell you the truth, quite quick, just to sum it up, not a lot. I mean, if you want to get my whole thing, I did a review, but nothing significant what happened. Quite quick. Yeah, exactly, Moni. Carly was fucking right. Sonny should have never been at Marco's funeral. I was at first I was literally sitting there and being like, well, damn, what is Carly whining about now? But then when I heard what Carly had to say, I was like, you know what? I take that back. Carly was right. I don't understand what Sonny's doing. I haven't understood what Sonny has been doing for a while. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even understand what Sonny's still doing on the show. But like, why did you go there for? Oh, I want to sit there and show him that I didn't do anything, bro. You just said that he's grieving. He's not thinking straight. Your dumbass decided to. Uh, as they always say, as they always, as they always say, that who can't hear is going to feel the hard way. Taylor knew that the sneaking out wasn't going to work out. No, she didn't. Her dumbass was actually convinced that it was. She was like, "Nah, everything is fine. I love him." Uh, I mean, I know you haven't really been watching GH lately, but Carly was right though. And here's the thing though, Sean, like even when there's characters I don't like, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're wrong. I can still not like them and still agree that they're right about stuff. Um, I actually tell you the truth, I think he was just grieving Francis. I don't even think like he wasn't even really looking at Christina that much. He was mostly looking at Sunny, you know. And what's good, Cherry? Oh, you've been watching clips, okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't always agree with Carly says, and there's times I like Carly, there's times I don't. Like, uh, Chip was right. Those two, I don't understand what they were doing going to that funeral. Um, that funeral just seemed so short. Like, also Curtis was pissing me off too. Curtis walks in there all like, 1 second, Ron. Um, Curtis walks in there all self-righteous, like, oh, well, you screwed over Portia. After a while, Nina was like, yeah, well, you screwed me over by sitting there telling Willow about me and Drew to save your wife. So don't sit there and try to act like you're the fucking full victim in this one. What makes you think that, Sean? Ron says, what's your take on Maggie telling Phyllis no, that they're not suing Bonnie and that she lives there? I mean, I don't have a super take on it. It's just like we ain't trying to sit there and listen to her. I like Maggie, but like we not. Oh, the look you gave her. Okay. We're not trying to listen to her. I just saw hunch. Okay. All right. We're not trying to listen to Maggie. She did wrong with suing her ass. Point blank. Period. Like this is how business needs to be done. And you talking about you. And again, Maggie's like, you're not gonna sue her under my roof. I was like, what roof? You're not gonna have a roof. You're not gonna have a damn house. Like, did you not forget that you put up your house for collateral? So you're not gonna have a goddamn roof at this point. And Bonnie's a fucking idiot. Justin's a moron for sitting there marrying her. Um, and I really look forward to everything that comes down on Bonnie. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do that too, Francis. Which is, again, they didn't, they. Hmm, I feel like that's just going to like rub so many people the wrong way. What's good, Darby? It's gonna rub people the wrong way. Like, how the hell have you been, Darby? It's gonna rub people the wrong way. You sat there and you literally killed the black baby off. Okay, but you're just gonna give a woman with endometriosis a fucking miracle baby? Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Glad to hear, Darby. Glad to hear it. So yeah, that's definitely gonna just rub people the fucking wrong way. And I what the fuck? Like seriously, Jerry, can you imagine that they literally sat there and made it damn near impossible for them to sit there and have a kid, and then somehow, like they wound up doing have a black baby, they kill them off, and they're just like, we're just gonna give her a miracle baby? Like, what are we doing? Francis says, why couldn't she have the surgery when she was with TJ? Exactly. So like, I'm not. It's just going to. The thing is, I can see Jay's doing something that stupid, and I'm not gonna sit there and say it's insensitive, but like I can see how it can just rub people the wrong way. Um, my whole thing is like I get that sometimes they gotta switch. I get that sometimes they gotta switch off. One second, Ron. I get that sometimes they gotta sit there and switch off couples and stuff like that, but the way they went about it was just so like. I mean, you literally sat there and got rid of the um what do you call them? Biracial? Not biracial, but like I don't know. Interracial relationship. You literally sat there and did that. Like you just fucking killed that off. Like if it wasn't even about the actor, they could have got somebody else to sit there and play TJ. So like I'm still just like I mean, Ron, I don't really care one way or the other. I guess because I don't care about Theo and I don't really care about relationships. So, like, you yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my answer. Darby says, do you think Adam will cheat on Chelsea for his family? Hey, listen, if he got to go to distance, he got to go to distance. I mean, it would be fucked up, but then I'll also, part of me, I'm not going to lie, part of me would sit there and I don't want to sit there and say I'm a laugh, but like, Chelsea got together with Adam and fucked over Sally. and it was just like, oh, we just kind of went into our feelings. So like, if that happens, part of me's gonna be like, you know what, Chelsea, you you literally sat there and got together with Adam and fucked over Sally. Now your ass is not there getting the same damn treatment. And you know what? I will not feel bad for Chelsea at all. At not even a little bit. Um, That'll be kind of wild though, because like right now there's technically already like two cheating scandals. Um, you would have that. You have the whole Jack and Patty thing. And I'm not saying that they're cheating, but this is how Y&R wants to sit there and say it. Because Y&R, I swear, I feel like there's a bunch of fucking retards. Um, Diane just keeps continuing to piss me off. Um, oh, how do I know it wasn't the drugs? How I know it wasn't like, what are you talking about? He could afford it. Do you not know what consent is? I mean, they'll be disappointed. They'll be disappointed in her. They'll be disappointed in her. I don't see that storyline happening, but just to answer your question, I'll be disappointed in her. I'll be disappointed in Taylor. Um, I mean, like I said, I look at it. I'm like, Chelsea, you got exactly what you deserve. Okay, because you wound up doing that. You wound up fucking over Sally, and you just was like, hey, it is what it is, and you cheated on Billy. You cheated on Billy with fucking Adam. So honestly, tell you the truth, I'm like, girl, somebody cheats on your ass, I ain't gonna feel bad for you. As a matter of fact, you got exactly what you fucking deserve. So I'm totally cool with it. Victoria, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I like me some Vicky, but like, girl, you are just literally sitting there. Um, You're just literally sitting there co-signing everything your dad did. Yeah, I think it was horrible what my daddy did to Jack, but he didn't force Jack to sit there and make his mistake. How do we know that how do we know that his drink was spiked? How do we know that he didn't sit there and do that? I was like, first of all, are you fucking serious? Well, you can't blame. And the thing is, Claire will sit there and say the exact same shit. And Claire's another person that has just been fucking like annoying the shit out of me. Her constant defense, her victor at every goddamn turn. Um, I wish that Kai was actually fucking done with her. But I know his retarded ass is gonna be like, no, I gotta get her another chance because we were so good together. Like, which, again, just fucking makes me so damn disappointed in some of the men in the show. He had the right idea the first time when she kept just trying to ping pong between Kyle and Holden. He was like, you know what? Listen, I got family shit to deal with. We had a good run, but this shit is over and it's done. Next thing you know, his retarded ass is going right back to her. Ego says what's good. Yesterday's days was the best episode I've seen since I started watching the show. Says mixed bag, but at least they are doing something with stuff besides being the attractive girl. Yesterday was really good. Okay. Yes, today was definitely a mixed bag. Yesterday's episode of Days was actually better than GH. Okay. Yesterday's episode of Young and Restless, of Days of Our Lives is better than GH. You know, the thing that I cannot accept, the thing that really pisses me off with GH, when Y&R actually starts to catch up. When Y&R is actually a better episode than GH, that's when I'm like, GH, you need to step your shit up. Because I know that shows have their off days, but like, nah, no, 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 no. This Oh, I have no idea what Sophia through. I mean, she's going through PTSD, right? You know, she's going through PTSD, so she feel like she needs a gun to be safe. Cheryl's coming back to town, but any idea who Sasha from GH character's going to be with her new hair? She looks like Steph's twin. Um, Let me ask you a question, Ego. To be honest, I have no idea who Sasha's going to be. But I mean, are you looking forward to Sasha being on? Are you looking forward to Sasha? Are you looking forward to Sophia being on Days of Our Lives? And I'm going to be honest, I'm not. Days days have a. I mean, well, are you looking forward to? That's why I'm sit there and ask. What's good, Krista? Ego says, I honestly rather Sasha being on G. She still carry Michael's kid around. Hmm. See, my whole and what's good, Krista Romero? Exactly, Ego. And that's my whole thing. Like, I look at their track record. What's good, Krista? I look at their track record. Their track record has not been good of the people that they have put on days so far that I can think of. You know, I go back to Everett. I go back to Joy. I go back to Talia. I go back to Sloan. I mean, you remember Sloan, right? Remember when Sloan came in? For me, Sloan was good. Sloan was fucking fire. But what wound up happening? They wound up putting her with that bum ass Eric. And then she started being all desperate and stuff like that, getting blackmailed by Leo Stark out of all people. And then eventually run out of town. Well, let me ask you a question, Eagle. Okay, so you liked it, Owen's character for entertainment purpose. Well, did you like Peter August? Did you like Peter August? They just, I feel like they're her character is going to be a fucking train wreck, and not in a fun way. What's good, Tracy Steves? How are you doing? It's good to see you. Yeah, and I guess that's the thing for me. I feel like I feel like he is still being that over the top character that he was on GH. Like his acting and everything like that is exactly the same. For me personally, so I think Alexis should be the guardian of Danny for right now, and maybe they can share it kind of. And a happy Friday to you too. Um, Also hit that like button, but it really does actually help out the channel. We got 8 likes. We got 22 people in the chat. So yeah, hit the like button because it does help. I heard Deacon is leaving on B&B. Wow. Yeah, she had a lit. Where'd you hear that from, Krista? She literally had to sit there and tell her mom, "Yo, listen, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be with Deacon." Sheila's crazy. Oh wow, that's I'm not gonna lie, Tracy. That's so crazy. That's so. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like YouTube does not notify people when they go live. They don't. This is something that James has always had a problem with. He would always sit there and complain that YouTube doesn't tell people when someone goes live. So that's why I always made it a point to have a specific time when I go live because YouTube doesn't do its job. Oh, I gotta take a look at that. Okay, I gotta take a look at that. Listen, I mean, the well, no, we know he's tired. Like we know he's tired. Um, but I mean, listen, the chick that's playing Rachel, she's good. The chick that's playing Rachel is actually good. So um, I'm having some confidence in their casting department. Oh, okay. Hmm, I don't know. I have to tell you the truth. I just want to be surprised. Hopefully, they do something good with Sophia's character, whoever she plays. Um, I'm trying not to be a negative Nancy about it, but like Cat Green won't like that too much. What's good, Latasha? So I saw in the previews that, well, first of all, what's good, Sean? Well, first of all, Dimitri's back one days, which actually I like Dimitri. Um, and Dimitri actually remembers Kat's voice. Yeah, and you know what? Listen, Chanel better sit there and continue to thank him. And Paulina needs to start to get on board with that shit too. Okay, Paulina needs to start to get on fucking board with that. Get on board with that shit. That's what I think needs to happen. Yeah. I'll take your word for it, Sean. I wasn't around for Kate Manson. I was only really there for Marcy when I started watching it. Kate Manson left, so I'll take your word for that. I will take your word for that. Well, yeah, of course. That was the whole point, was to sit there and manipulate him into quitting, right? Because he wasn't just going to sit there and say, "Yeah, you know what? Listen, I love you, but I love my son more, and I want him to have your job, so you need to leave." So what he wound up doing was he wound up essentially guilt tripping him to make him want to leave. This way, he doesn't come across as the bad guy, and Theo can be like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to work at the Mirror because Mom Dukes or whatever," you know. Oh, okay. Um, I'm looking forward to seeing how Connor Floyd plays what you call it, you know. Sean. Natasha says Sonny and Rick shouldn't have went. Yeah, they should. Yeah, both of those dumbasses shouldn't have went there. Dory says Dimitri used to work for the ISA. Maybe he bumped into her. Yeah, exactly. That was in the preview. Yes, he literally sat there and said that he remembered her voice. Yeah, because like you said, yeah, he worked in the ISA. So yeah, that was in the preview. So it looks like her cover is about to be fucking blown. Yeah, unfortunately, Eagle, we're stuck with him. Yeah, that's literally all I got to say. Like we are unfortunately stuck with that man, for better or worse, and I literally do mean worse in every sense of the word. Um, he is so fucking annoying. And the sad thing is that like I'm not well for me. I'm not gonna lie. I think that he's actually worse. Danny or Daniel? Which one are you talking about, Eagle? Danny or Daniel? Are you talking about his son or oh Danny? Okay, okay. You actually put them. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. You put them on the same level. I mean, for me, I just find the character to be boring. Really, I find the father to be boring. Um, but Leo tries to be funny, and it just doesn't work. He just comes across as annoying. You know, he's always like rambling. He's always rambling about something and trying to be funny. And they always try to put the jokey joke music on there. I'm just like, yeah, he's. The problem is, I feel like in that case, I would rather take Danny, even though he's boring, over Leo, because Leo just is just a fucking headache, you know. And the minute that you know that he's on, you know that you're gonna have to sit there and see more scenes of him, or I know I'm gonna have to sit there and see more scenes of him. Well, yeah, yeah, Latasha, he's dumbass. Like I don't know what he thought he was trying to do. So yeah, it's even with his scenes there, Days has still actually been pretty good, right? GH has had their ups and downs this week. Um, Not super terrible, you know. Although I'm not gonna lie, this episode of GH wasn't super great. Um, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I found YNR actually to be better. I found YNR to actually be better than GH, and like that's not something that I feel should really happen. Um, that's something that I should. Sean says days will get better when Chad comes back. Okay. Why would days get better when Chad comes back? I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Ego, I could have swore he actually said that. It is really odd because he didn't want to sit there and take Alex's money. He didn't want to sit there and take Alex's money, which I'm just like, bro, you should have just took that money. Like he did offer it to you. Well, Ego, Yeah, exactly. I don't personally understand. Listen, I'm never gonna understand why Billy decided to go to fucking Young and the Restless. I'm just not gonna understand that. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was really fucking stupid for him to do that. Like you may not have had like the best story, but your character on The Young and the Restless is a lot worse than your character was on Days of Our Lives. Now, here's my thing. I am saying this as though she chose to leave, right? Because from all indications or whatever, he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be leaving," and da 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 da. He made it. He made it where he made it seem as though like it was his choice to leave, and I hope for his sake it was, because if it wasn't his choice and they just decide to just fire him, then I feel bad for the actor. Okay, then I feel bad for the actor. Oh, okay, Sean. Um, then I just feel bad for him. Um, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Um, Chance didn't do shit on that show. He might have had some really great stories when he first started on the show, but like by the time he was going out with Summer, I mean, the dude wasn't really doing much on the show. So like, I understood why he decided to just, kill him off. Sean says, "It's Chad Demara, not Kane when I see him." Oh, okay. What's good, Dolomitics? Um, I don't. That was your okay. I didn't see that. I didn't see. That's how you interpret that scene. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Bonnie annoyed the fuck out of me in that scene. Bonnie annoyed the fuck out of me. Okay, because all Justin was there trying to do was say to her, "Hey, listen, I'm seeing some similarities in your book from Stephanie's book." I mean, the title of the book is already feels like a rip off of Stephanie's book. And her dumbass is there talking about, well, people have like taken inspirations from other books all the time. I was like, yeah, but like if he's finding similarities in your book, exactly, like if he's finding similarities in your book from her book, that's a problem. So what is that dumbass that then says? First of all, she tries to use sex as a weapon, talking about, well, you're not gonna get any, if you keep it up with that sort of behavior. I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? In all reality, I'm going to enjoy every single minute. Um, why is that funny, Sean? Why is that funny? No, I don't get the joke. Why is that funny? Um, I'm just like, you literally was and she's legit getting upset with the wrong fucking person. So I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna enjoy every single minute of Titan dragging her ass. It's interesting. It's one of those things. Like, I guess for me personally, I don't know his character. Right? Like, I don't know Shmore's character. Um, Unfortunately, I gotta sit there and see more of Lily. So that's not exactly putting me in a good mood because But I didn't. I guess I know a lot of people are excited. Um, like people were excited when he came back before. I think it was like maybe 2 years ago. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, every scene with fucking Ivory constantly sitting there propping up RJ to a lecture. I'm like, I don't know who designed that shit or who actually thought that was going to be entertaining, but I'm like, I. There's times I feel bad for the B&B fans. 'Cause I'm just like, nobody deserves like shitty ass writing like that. Nobody. But then I'm also sitting up there thinking, if the fans are actually liking those scenes, like I'm not the opinion police, but I gotta sit there and start to wonder about like I said, I feel like it's a miracle in a lot of senses that um so Eagle, what soap are you liking the most so far right now? What soap are you liking the most so far? Because like part of me wants to say GH, but I'll be honest, like days have actually been pretty damn good. GH is actually starting to kind of fall in second place in a sense. And for me personally, when I'm finding a YNR episode actually better than GH, I'm like, yeah, I was like, GH, you gotta do something. Um, there's no universe where it makes sense that a YNR episode should ever be better than a GH episode. Like that's just something that I can't wrap my brain around. Oh, cool. Okay, so 11 and 22. So you got 11 more people. Hit that like button. And Domex, if you're in the chat, put up the link. I'm only watching days at the moment. The rest I watch the chat on here or read the spoilers. Days is not all that, but when the EJ is on, it's fun to watch. I wonder what happened to Kristen's brother. I don't think they killed him off. I don't think they killed him off. I really don't. It doesn't, what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't seem real. Like, why would they sit there and just kill him off? Okay, good. Yeah, of course. I want to make sure I remembered it. Like the minute that you walked in, I was like, all right. Someone says people don't like, but Jason off TV does hurt the ratings for GH. Has a good storyline going with Brit. Well, here's the thing. Then GH is gonna have to sit there and step it up. Okay, they're gonna have to sit there and step it up. Because in all reality, a soap opera should never just rely on one character or like two characters, right? When I started watching it, yes, I didn't actually see it yet. I saw they did a post for it. They did a post for it, and I was like, my girl Claire Bear is back. I was so excited. I was so excited. Oh my god, I love that woman. I'm gonna finish catching up this weekend. Um, I'm at the point where it's like Warren actually found his half brother. So this is like after they got into the fight at the club and stuff like that. Oh, okay, Sean. I could have swore you said that last time, but all right. I looked at it. I didn't watch it though. Like I don't know, Domex. I didn't want to sit there and be spoiled. I didn't want to be spoiled, so I was like, the actress that plays Sam McCall get blacklisted. I don't want to watch. She has not been in any. So that's a really good question. I was going to sit there and make a stream like that. Maybe I'll do it next week. That's a damn good question. You never know. You never know Hollywood. You never know in that industry. You know, there's so much stuff that we probably don't know. You know, exactly, though, man. So like I saw it. I mean, like so when he posted it, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. But like I said, I was so happy that they have my girl Claire back. I don't care how long she's staying on. Every time she's there, it's just a great time. All right, that's what's up. I think I have like maybe two episodes, and then I think I'm probably caught up. So I definitely look forward to catching up. Yeah, tomorrow. Actually, look forward to catching up tomorrow. I keep forgetting. I was like, today is Friday, so yeah, just I can't do it. Like I can't. I don't even like trying to. I don't even like trying to do trailers for movies. Especially when they come out like trailer one, trailer two, trailer. I was like, nope. Mm-mm. I feel like the first trailer is kind of given, but after that, it's like when they start putting out more trailers, I was like, no. It's like then I feel like you're just ruining it for me. It's like you're just spoiling the best fucking parts, and like, no, I can't do it. So I'm just like that, with just in general, you know. I mean, I guess. Yeah, it's unfortunate. We'll never know what will happen. You know, people, and the thing is, like, people want to sit there and blame Frank Valentine. That's true, though, Max. I generally don't. I've learned not to do it because sometimes, like I said, it just spoils too much for me. Like, yeah, that may have more stuff later on, but still, I'm just like, I'm kind of good. Ron says, "How do you feel about Bonnie's book being read?" What do you mean? It's copying off of Stephanie's book, and she's too much of an idiot to sit there and admit it. But like I said, like people are very quick to sit there and blame Frank Valentine. Um, then there's people that want to sit there and blame Kelly. But the truth of the matter is, like, nobody, unless you work there and you know the ins and outs, you don't know what's going on. That's why I've never sat there and like been on one person's side or the other person's side because you just don't know, you know. Oh, okay. How did you find out? Are you just you've been are you have a site that you go to where you're not as behind as the Americans are. Like I know you in DC have a site that y'all go to and stuff. If not, I have no idea how you know. Mm. I know that would definitely be a very split and decisive sort of you know because yeah, there's gonna be some people that's gonna embrace her. There's gonna be a lot of people that won't embrace her. Like I remember when they had to recast Maxie for a little bit with Jennifer Lilly. I think that was his name, Jennifer Lilly. Yeah, could be Danny. It could be that. It could be five other different things. But I mean, like I said, Danny, everyone can sit there and have their theories. At the end of the day, unless you and me are working there, or we know what's going on, we'll never know. We'll never know whose fault it was. So that's why generally, just like I don't. When I see people who sit there and blame Frank, I start laughing. I'm like, you don't know that. You don't work with Frank. How do you know? You've never talked to Frank. You never had Frank as your boss. How do you know how Frank operates? Um, Max says I haven't seen the episode with them, but I've seen the UK soap articles. They still have their own version of soap. Oh, okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay, exactly. We'll never know. We'll never know. Um, maybe I mean, I don't know. Maybe one can argue that's probably for the best. You know, at the end of the day, it's not really my business. I mean, yeah, I talk about the soaps and whatever, but like, you know, I think some things should be a little private. You know. Anyway, it's a good question as far as like, why haven't she been on anything? I mean, we really think about it. She hasn't been on soaps. Okay, whatever, fine. Has she been on any movies? Any? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we know that she was gonna sit there and do a podcast. That didn't happen, but they did their little announcement photo shoot, kind of how they used to do for U.S. soaps. Hmm. Part of me is like, I wonder what she's doing for money, but she has been on the soap opera for a while, so like, I imagine that she was smart enough to sit there and save up money, whereas like she doesn't have to sit there and get back into the grind and get back into work and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure she got paid a decent amount of money, whereas like she can just kind of chill for a little bit. Okay, all right. Like I'm trying to sit there and see what the hell she's doing. Like there it is. I'm like, how the fuck? Yeah, she hasn't done shit. I mean, yeah, she did Dance with the Stars and Dirty Soaps and Baby Daddy. Um, and she also did Baywatch. There's a lot of people always like to go after these big executives from Young and the Restless, like Josh, also Frank from GH and Bo. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I get it. When there's problems that's going on, um, they always the first to blame. But Domex, let me know if you're still in the chat. I got to ask you a question. Let me know if you're still in the chat. I know sometimes you dip in and dip out, so but let me know if you're in, and I want to ask you a question. I don't know about them. I mean, I'm specifically talking about Frank and okay. So, Domex, let me ask you a question. I mean, I guess part of me is like, why do you like spoilers? Because like I feel like sometimes you'll watch a trailer or you'll read something or whatever, and it's like, what is it about? I guess like I just don't know how because I feel like the era that we're in, we're constantly trying to dodge spoilers at every chance that we get. So I guess part of me is like, what makes you actually like it kind of dig into it a little bit. What's good, Kaiwan? I think there's a level of spoilers I like. Kaiwan, I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. What show haven't you watched in 3 weeks? We're talking about five, bro. I mean, I'm assuming um, yeah, I'm gonna let you answer that. Like, I saw the first trailer towards He-Man, and then they came out with trailer two. I was like, nope, I'm good. Nope. I was like, one trailer's enough. I don't need another one. Secret Girl just came out with a second trailer. Nope, I ain't watching that. I remember for a whole year and a half after each episode of General Hospital, how you like? I'm liking it, Monique. I'm liking it. It's fun. I'm playing this sunny kind of character, this mob boss. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I did get the idea from Sunny. So like, what do you think of it though? Gomex says, example I will give you is like a good movie trailer, good trailer should tease without giving stuff away. For a whole year. But yeah, Monique, let me know. Let me know what you think. I mean, it's only like 3 episodes in, but um, yeah, for a whole year and a half, they was not showing. Like after the end of General Hospital, they weren't showing that shit. They were not showing that. And it was weird, because I was watching Port Charles and I was watching One Life to Live. They were showing the trailers to those, but like when it came towards Gage, it was like nope. It was like nope, no trailer for you, bitch. Um, yeah. When it says I love Mobland, I haven't been watching it recently due to my work schedule, but I did watch your Mobland videos on my break. Okay. No, I never actually watched the show, but okay. Well, thank you though. Thank you, Monique. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did borrow it. I did borrow it from the show though. Max says like if the spoilers ruin a mystery, like when they revealed Peter as the Demira kidnapping a week before he showed up. Okay, okay, no, okay, you're right. You're right. Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. And it's not to switch topics, and we'll go back. Um, Marvel used to sit there and do um the fake trailers, and then they had a lawsuit against them. Like they would do trailers that wasn't an actual movie, and then they got sued. Um, it's funny, Monique. I'm waiting for a Street Fighter. Even though I know people, say it's cheesy and it looks cheesy, I am so fucking waiting for Street Fighter. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be so fucking broke. Um, Street Fighter, Supergirl, and He Man, and obviously Doom. But that's December. Mortal Kombat. I mean, I'll watch it, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll watch it when it comes to HBO Max. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna watch that shit when it comes to HBO Max. Danny says, I can't wait for Mortal Kombat. My favorite character is Johnny Cage and Sub Zero and Nightwolf and Strider. Okay. I don't remember Nightwolf. I don't remember Strider, but I was more of a Street Fighter fan than Mortal Kombat, even though I played it. But okay. Domek says Hollyoaks saying they would be an explosion at a wedding, but not telling me who set the bomb or who makes it out alive. That's cool. But there's an explosion. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an explosion, but okay, I get the okay. Monique, is there a trailer for that? Is there a trailer for Thundercats? Thundercats trailer. Yep, all I see is a bunch of AI BS. And I love AI, but like these are like AI fake trailer stuff. So God damn, I didn't know there was so much. Monique says it's on YouTube. Don't know if it's real because sometimes they have fan made trailers. Okay. You know it's really sad though, Monique? Is the that sentence right there. You don't know if it's real because they have fan made trailers. Like we're in an era where it's like you don't know if a trailer's fucking real or not, right? Back in the 90s, early 2000s, specifically the 90s, you didn't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about that. Now it's like you don't fucking know. Like that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Monique. You kind of got me hyped up, and then I look for it. It's like, oh yeah, I don't know if it's real because it's, there's a lot of fan trailers. I was like, they are, and see, that's the problem, though, Max. Right? Like they have like this is why I feel like AI can be used for like really bad shit, just to fool people, just to sit there and try to like get views and money and shit. Um, when they start I mean, that's the definition of fucking deceptive content, right? Like they got DC's channel a while ago. Um, yeah, Danny, that's another movie I'm gonna watch. So thank you. Yes, I'm going to be so fucking broke. But yes, I'm watching that too. Um, they got his channel for deceptive content, right? Because he was posting a lot of he was posting reviews from like other countries or whatever, right? Monique is not there saying that she doesn't even know if the trailer is real because there's a lot of fan made AI stuff, which would be considered fucking deceptive content. But yet you take somebody who's actually doing legitimate like, you know, reviews and then you fucking ice this trailer. Like they did a trailer for Equalizer 4, supposedly it has Jason statement in it. They did a trailer for it. That's so bad. Like this is how YouTubers generally tend to get fucked over a lot of times. Um, if it's one that I could have swore I saw it before. I have to look at it. I have to see what it is. I didn't. I have to see what it is. If it's a trailer that I saw before, then no, because like it looks fucking ugly. But I have to see what it looks like. Um, so once I see what it looks like, then maybe. But right now I have Amazon Prime, so like after I'm done with Amazon Prime, then I'll go back to what you call it, Netflix. Yes. Have a good night, Sean. I'll sit down and see you tomorrow. And thank you for joining. Thank you for coming through. It's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure. I cannot believe they did it. They did a Thundercat trailer with fucking Chris Hemsworth. No, I'm gonna catch it this weekend. I only saw the first episode. I know they actually have two and three, so I look forward to watching it this weekend. Yeah, of course, Sean. You have a great night, and again, thank you for joining. We'll have fun tomorrow. And I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Now, have they ever done one? No, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Monique is it's kind of crazy, right? Like, so they did a lot. Okay, so they did a live action of a show called Attack on Titans. It did not look great. Like, it did not look great, right? Like their live action is really hit or miss. Um, I could have sworn they actually, it's weird, Monique. No, I know they didn't do one of that, but they did one of Yu Yu Hakusho. I didn't watch it. They did Yu Yu Hakusho. They did Full Metal Alchemist. Was good deluxe. It is. It just seems like it's extremely rare when they actually do when they do it and it's actually good. I love the show. I love Inuyasha the show and the movies. When they start going live action, that's when shit gets dicey. What was good deluxe? What do you think about Alexis being Danny's guardian? You think that's a good thing? Think that's a good idea? Because I don't. But I want to know what I want to know what you think. What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea? I've seen one person say yes, and I've seen one person sit there and say, well, I've seen a hard no. I've actually seen one person sit there and say yes though. Didn't they also do no, they also did Cowboy Bebop too. They also did a live action version of Cowboy Bebop. Um sure why not I'll take a village. Sure why not it takes a village to raise a child. But does it take but but okay, all right. Danny has a 50-50 shot. I mean, listen, my whole thing was like she raised Molly, but she also raised Christina. But see, that's the thing, though, Max. She raised she raised Molly and she raised Molly and she raised Christina. She raised girls. She didn't raise boys. Danny got into a fight, and the first thing that she does is sit there and practically villainize him when she know damn well that that kid threw the first punch. What the fuck are we? I just I don't know. It's up in the air. I think he may run over her, but Tracy will help her. Hopefully, she doesn't raise any boys. Well, Tracy raised boys before. Raising boys and raising girls are two different. They're two different entities. You know. Even with all of Alexis' strict rules, Christina still rebelled. Yep, Death Note 2. So I don't know. I mean, listen, here's the thing: trying to do something from anime to like live action is hard as fuck. No mother. Okay, it depends. If you think Alexis is a smart person, do you think because she's a woman she doesn't have what it takes to raise boys? No mother or father is perfect. I don't understand what does that mean. I mean, I get no mother or father is perfect, but I guess my whole thing is Tracy raised boys. Alexis raised girls. Their experiences are different. And given the way that she handled the situation with Danny today, Susan, what's good, Susan? Given the way that um Alexis handled the situation today, I don't feel like she can. I feel like you're kind of like veering off course, but I'm gonna let you rock. Um, but at the end of the day, Darby, she has more experience with boys than girls. She has more experience with boys than girls. Give Danny the Max, Max Scorpio. I feel all cheese kids. Well, absolutely yes, and I 100% agree with that. I mean, yeah, regardless, raising whatever, like she has more experience with boys than girls. You know, but you know, okay. So Darby, okay, so Darby, do you think that Alexis should be raising Danny as? Do you think that Alexis should be Danny's guardian? Yep. Okay. Dante wants all the smoke. Yeah, Darby, do you think that she should be his guardian? I respect your answer regardless. I'm just curious on your take. Yeah, I like to be a little more diplomatic. Quick was here for a hot minute. I guess there must be wrestling going on. Darby, is there wrestling going on tonight? As long as she keeps him safe, fed and educated, it shouldn't matter if Alexis is neurotic or not. Sure, okay, all right. I respect your opinion. See, this is the new diplomatic version. Susan says at the mansion Danny would be around the older guys who he could talk to, so I guess I don't think living in the woods with Alexis is a good idea. Dominic says SmackDown and this WrestleMania season. Okay. All right. Yeah, because I was wondering if Kyrie's is streaming tonight. I didn't see him streaming, so I didn't see any posts for him, so I figured that much. Who the hell are you? Diplomatic? Yeah, exactly, Darby. I am diplomatic. That means that I will respect your opinion. I will disagree, but I will respect it, and I won't sit there and shit on it. It was like I will respect it, and I won't sit there and fight you on it. So you will drive her to drink. You'll always disagree with me, but I do it in a respectful way, though. I do it in a respectful way. I don't sit there and start like arguing with you and stuff. You know, it's okay to disagree. It's how you disagree. I'm like, bro, how did you feel about Dante's scenes this week? Um, they're okay. It wasn't like super amazing. I wasn't like, oh my god, I was like super impressed. It was just like, I have to tell you the truth. I felt like Dominic was just coming in and punching the clock. To be honest, like nothing was like over the top or super amazing. And you know, like I would have liked to see him confront Lulu about Rocco's cut on his hand. Since Lulu couldn't be bothered to sit there and tell him that his son cut his hand in the damn kitchen. I would have loved to seen that, but we didn't see that. So, like I said, I felt like Dominic was just like coming in and punching at the time clock. Monique says, "I stay away. I try to stay away from celebrity dirt, dirty laundry spoilers about GH, B&B days, and why not. But it's interesting that they have one where fake Nathan blackmails Rocco in keeping quiet. Yeah, Cassius, what is his name? Cassius, a cashier or some shit like that. Some weird name. Um, I always sit there and try to like fucking stay away from those sites. Because the sad thing is that like I'll go on there and I'll start seeing what people are singing at the comment section. Because let's be honest, those channels are so full of shit that all they want to do is get you as a view, so this way they can sit there and get the ad revenue. And the sad thing is, you have people as gullible as fuck that will sit there and read and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that she's leaving. Oh my god, I can't believe that she's being killed off." And you're just like, do you not hear this person's accent? Like, but then I gotta remember that some people are just not fucking smart yet. W says, "Do you think Dante is doing a good job as a police commissioner, or is it too early to evaluate him on his job performance?" It's hard to perform. It's hard to evaluate on his job performance because, like, I mean, what has he done so far? I mean, it's hard because it's like, Chase has run amok, fucked up investi- fucked up investigations, made the department look bad, and by association made Dante look bad, right? So now they got an unsolved murder that was done on his watch. So essentially, he has a giant fucking L. Um, so I guess you can sit there and say he's not doing good because, like, they got an unsolved murder. Chase is doing whatever the hell he wants, and it's done on Dante's watch, unfortunately. Yeah, I was just trying to say he's definitely not off to a good start. Susan says Muhammad Ali name at birth was Cassius Clay. Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay, what commissioner has done well in Port Charles? Phobia's dad. What if fake Nathan is Phobia's dad? What commissioner has done well in Port Charles? Why do I feel like a lot of people will sit there and say Mac did a great job? Oh, Cassius, Cassius, Cassius. This is such a stupid fucking name. Well, maybe it's not a stupid name, but it's just a hard to pronounce name, Cassius. Hmm. Thank you, Susan. And Cat Lady says, I forgot to ask you, how did you like the Lily being told off? I loved it, but I felt like they could have did more. Like, like they were mad at her and everything, and I get that, but like, I don't know. Part of me was just like, I enjoy when Kane told her off. That I enjoyed the fuck out of. He was a junior. It was his dad's name. Oh, okay. This is where we need Noah Buchanan and John McVane. Happy Friday, Cotley. Cherry says, I feel like Nathan was a bad boy when Culture came to visit Lulu that day. Where he looked at how. Yeah, John. Part of me still feels like it just feels so weird that he just fired. I can't even remember the actor's name. That played John McBain. What's his name? What's the actor's name that played John McBain? Because I can't believe they actually fired his ass. What is his name? Michael Easton. Thank you, Darby. Yeah, I can't believe they actually fired Michael Easton. You know, I mean, granted, that guy has been playing like multiple characters on GH alone, but like even the way they just like let him, even the way that they just like fired him, just seems so wow. You just sent him away, sent him and his daughter away somewhere. Like dude start having an addiction problem. It's like, all right, it's time for you to go now. And then and again, then you fire somebody like Michael Easton. They'll keep Sonny around for reasons unknown. And I understand that at one point Sonny was at their brain bringing in the ratings and stuff like that, but like I feel like Sonny has not been Sonny in a very long time. Yeah, Cherry, like it's just so I was like, oh yeah, you're having some problems, so you're gonna go away for like ever. you're gonna you're gonna go away for like ever, you know. I feel like I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, I felt like there was more they could have did with Michael Easton. I feel like every time Sonny's on, it's just like, why are you still on here for? Like seriously, Jerry, like he has a Sitwell problem. Okay, Sitwell with those photos could put him in a lot of hot water. You would think that he would be spending a lot of his time trying to find ways to take him out. Yet he's not there finding ways to sit there and bang Justine. He is giving out advice to his grandson. I'm like, yeah, that's cool and everything like that, but you should be dealing with that problem. Civil versus Roger Thorpe. Oh, I can't wait for that, Latasha. Thank you. I can't wait for that shit. I cannot fucking wait. Well, it is called General Hospital. Like, nah, let's not do more doctors. Let's sit there and make a scene about Trina singing. We can't do that. We gotta do karaoke night when we got Trina singing. In reality, I was like, granted, yeah, she does have a voice, but I'm kind of just like, and maybe part of me is like, okay, it's kind of cool. They're doing this whole music thing with with Geo and Emma and now Trina, and even on Y&R, they're doing their music thing with Daniel and Tess. So I like the fact that they are bringing in a musical element to it. The problem is that Daniel is still a fucking loser. Tess, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with her. Um, I don't really understand. Like they should have fucking broke up Tess and Mariah a long time ago because they feel like they've been itching to do that shit. Like seriously, Jerry. Like, and they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lesbian couple on the show, and yet you give them one of the most boringest, non-existent stories, non-existent stories, and you're just like, what are we doing at this point? And these are like pivotal moments, like, oh well, we gotta sit there and watch the birth mother, or whatever. You know, she's gonna give birth. We never met the birth mother. We never saw how difficult it was for the birth or whatever. It's just like they just came back with the fucking baby. Like I, and granted, this is CBS. Darby says at the time, Sunny at that time didn't have a sitwalk to oppose. This should be epic. Sunny time to shine, to show off his sunniness. It's cheesy, but I like it though. But they ain't doing that though, are they? Monique says Nikki got on my nerves talking to Jack. She thinks Victor will just go out to Jack and say, I'm done beefing with you. Yeah, she literally was like, well, if you lay down your sword and you just stop, then Victor will stop too. Are you out of your fucking mind? He just literally sat there and just hand grenade blew up this man's marriage, and you sit there saying, well, I need one of y'all to stop, and since Victor isn't gonna stop, then you should. Just like, you know, but honestly, tell you the truth, Monique, at this point, we've been watching Y&R. This isn't a answer that I'm not expecting from her. Sherry says, "Where is Blaze? Where is Blaze?" Which I'm not gonna lie was another odd firing. It was another odd firing, and yeah, she should be there for her brother's memorial, right? I mean, granted, I've heard, and these are rumors, that the actress was super blindsided about a whole firing, right? Granted, she was on there for a while. She was dating Christine and everything like that. Debbie says you're right, Albert. Young using Sunny Corinthos the right way. We expect them. They haven't been using Sunny the right way in quite a while. I Sunny is a former shell of what he used to be. Okay? Sunny back in the day was a fucking badass. When Sunny walked in the room, the way he talked to people, he was just that dude. He was that dude. Okay? I remember. Exactly, Monique. And it's funny because you said that in my comment section, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly true. Um, I remember a couple of years ago, I had this couple that came into my store, and the wife was, she was a General Hospital super fan. She was a fan, right? And she would always have her husband watch the show with her. Now, the husband, like he's not really a soap guy, whatever, right? But he loved the Sunny character. He loved the Sunny character, right? He always used to come in like, "Oh, that Sunny character, I love him," and stuff like that, because that's who Sunny was. Sunny brung in the fucking male audience. Sunny hasn't been, Sunny hasn't really been bringing that type of energy in a while, you know. In all reality, they need to put Sunny out the fucking pasture. Nicholas says Lucas is in danger. Yes, his ass is. And it's funny, Darby, because I want to sit there and see how they're gonna actually do that. Like, was she passed out, and then she just had another baby, and she didn't know about it, and the medical team just decided to sneak that baby away? Remember, she did have twins. You know they're gonna do some dumb shit like that. I mean, this is what happens when you decide to do a twin story later on. You got to sit there and try to find ways to make it make sense, and just hope that the fans are going to. I'm just, I'm just saying, Cherry. Listen, we've been watching. What's good? Oaks. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. 5288. Um, Cherry, we've been watching old school GH for a hot minute. Okay? We seen when Sonny was in his element. He was a fucking force. He was a badass, and he was fun as hell to watch. Tracy's not losing another key to a People says, who do you think Pascal's more loyal to, Cullum or Sitwell? Probably Sitwell. I would sit there and say Sitwell. Seriously, Jerry, Monique says Susan Moore had twins and didn't know only one person that knew was her cousin, Heather and Helena. I wonder how they explain that. I wonder how they explain that. I've seen you in Kairisha's stream, so it's cool that you came. It's cool that you came here tonight. Yeah, if you come back here next time, I have to sit there and pronounce your name right. Kelly says I was gonna blame Nina's mother on this one again, like she did with now. I'm gonna have to look up how to pronounce your name. And that's another thing. I totally forgot about that. Um, that they were twins and everything like that. I totally. Oh yeah, they did. They did come in the house, and she sold them off. Yeah, that chick did not give a. I think her name was Madeline. She did not give a flying fuck. She did not care. I don't even remember Sonny and Carly being in the Quartermain's house. I don't even remember that shit. Could have happened this week, and I don't remember. We didn't even sit there and talk about. Is anyone watching Beyond the Gates? Very curious to see anyone watching Beyond the Gates. We're gonna switch back to GH if no one's really watching Beyond the Gates. I feel like I would be remiss if we didn't talk a bit about Beyond the Gates. Also, just on a side note, nope. What are you thinking of it so far, Susan? Cat lady said with a straight up face, nope. I've no, Callie. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't seen you in Rant and Ricardo's live streams, because I know sometimes you'd be up in there when she's doing her Beyond the Gates live um watch party or live reaction live party. I guess Nicole's just getting on my fucking nerves at this point. Like, Carlton could have probably said some stuff that might or might not have went too far. At the end of the day, he was not there being honest with her. What does she decide to do? Decide to sit there and give him an attitude and then go. Jonathan was good, and then um go to Kyle's house and start banging him. I'm like, what the f- are we doing? Yeah, it's because I haven't followed the show this week. When I do, I'm back in there. Okay. Sometimes I go on there. I don't always have the time to sit there and say hi. I'll sit there and give it a like or whatever. Um, if I'm coming back home. Yes, I did, Jonathan. Yes, I did. The thing is, Jonathan, the only time I don't really watch any of the previews is when they put it on something else other than that. Susan says, I guess I give Beyond the Gates leeway because it's new stuff. I'm glad to see. No, Cat Lady. We don't call it that. Don't let's not go there, Cat Lady. I do follow her, Cat Lady. I'm subscribed to her. Um, with Vanessa Smith. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That seems kind of interesting. Like Joey went full ham on Carlton about his practice with you're trying to be cute. Um, going full ham on Carlton about his practice and that they're saying is predatory. I'm like, bro, you run a casino. You run a casino and you're sitting there saying that his career practice is predatory? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious right now? Well, no, this wasn't today, Jonathan. I think this was yesterday. But like, the fact of the matter is, like, Vanessa wasn't there. First of all, Vanessa pushed for this shit hard. When Joey didn't want to do it, Nicole didn't want to do it, her pathetic ass men didn't want to do it. She pushed for that shit. And Joey just went right off on the fucking offense. Like, I did finish watching Passions and Power. Darby says, "What do you think of Michael coming to Drew and gloating to him while he was locked in his that paralyzed like Sonny would do? Personally, I think is beneath him, but what do I know? I thought it was just kind of fucking extra. Like, I didn't even understand what Michael even went there for. Like, the whole scene just seemed kind of dumb and unnecessary. I'm like, Michael, Willow's not there, so why are you there for? Oh, well, since I'm here, let me spend time with my uncle. And then he just starts sitting there saying stuff, and I'm like, I mean, don't get me wrong. What Drew did was fucked up, so I understand the pettiness of it. It just seemed like just an unnecessary scene. Like, but yeah, going back to Beyond the Gates, like, so they start going back and forth. The night ends, and Vanessa's like, "Why did you have to sit there and say anything? Why couldn't you not try to sit there and be nice?" So it's like, first of all, Vanessa, what you're doing is you're trying to change him. You're trying to make him fit into your world, and that's first of all, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you shouldn't be sitting there trying to change the person that you're with. Like, that would just set me off in the wrong way right off rip. That would just set me on and off. So I'm just like, also, this is the second time that you fucked up because you keep trying to force situations. Like, you try to sit there and force a confrontation or a conversation with Deanna, and you literally practically trapped her in a booth What did she do? She went off on you and called you out for filth and called you out on the fact that you were sitting there prancing around with Joey while Doug was alive. And that's exactly what the fuck she wound up doing. Um, and then she sat there and she tried to play the innocent boo-hoo act of like, oh, I can't believe you're sitting there doing this to me. It was like, was she wrong? Because as the audience member, we all saw what she was doing. So yeah, that was my whole thing, Cherry. It's like she tries to force these situations, and then when things blow up and they don't go her way, then she wants to sit there and start with the crocodile tears. Like people are supposed to sit there and um, feel bad for her. She is delusional, and it's just one of those things where it's like you don't. But somebody who's supposed to come across as this business savvy, like realist or whatever, and how she always tries to come across like she's very clever. She does things that is just like, are we talking about how Joey hosting Vanessa, her kids? Yeah, I mean, it was like Vanessa is what they're trying to change Joey, trying to have Joey fit into her world. And Joey is like, yo, listen, I am who I am. I'm not something they're trying to please anybody. I'm not trying to get people to like her. Well, maybe if you can smile more. I was like, girl, you're not getting what he's saying. Yeah, and that's the thing, Susan. She asked for it. So here's the thing, Susan. Like, yes, I can come across as a dick, right? I can come across as an unapologetic fucking dick, but yet I can sit there and see a scene with Sitwell, and my heart breaks for him for losing a child. But then when I look at Vanessa, I was like, Vanessa, you're doing all this shit to yourself. Why the fuck should anybody feel bad for you? Yeah, it sucks that you're on the outs with your daughter, but like, who created that mess? You kept saying, "Oh, I know my daughter. I know my daughter. She's on the up and up with her grief." Seriously? Is she on the up and up with her grief, or do you want her to be on the up and up her grief because it benefits you, because it makes you feel less guilty? Tomax says, so I'm even more committed to seeing Deanna go off on her. Vanessa looked her in the face and lied to her. Yeah, she was prancing around with Joey, and Doc saw all that, and she didn't care because she wanted what she wanted. Now, yeah, at the end of the day, when Deanna was like, "Oh, you could have gotten him help. You could have did this. You could have did that." That's his wife. That's not his nurse. I'm not gonna sit there and put all that on her. But like you pranced that relationship, you pranced that whole thing in his face. So yeah, I'm not here. And Yasa, I think you're not getting what you're not getting what he said. Yeah, I'm like, you're not getting what he said. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, yesterday's episode, I think I was only here for the Tomas and Cat scene. When Tomas was like, listen, I'm leaving Bill's firm, um, and I don't want your money. I hate that they are rewriting that Doug didn't seek help. The truth is, Joey did keep sucking Doug back in just to get to her. Yep. Wonder how dinner would have gone if she brung Kyle instead. It depends. I mean, it could have went the exact same way, and if Kai would have been honest, well, I guess Kyle couldn't be honest with her because like Kyle didn't really know her as long as Carlton did. That's why Carlton said what he said. Carlton was like, you're dressing different, you're acting different, and stuff like that because you know, he pretty much psychoanalyzed him. And while I understand nobody likes being psychoanalyzed, how many times do you see Nicole do exactly that to other people, where she constantly psychoanalyzes other people, but yet when it's done to her, oh, it's a problem. I just, honestly tell you the truth, with at least with Carlton, I'm like, maybe Carlton needs to sit there and just take a step back. Just take a step back. Stop sitting there being under her. Stop sitting there trying to, if she wants to sit there and be with Kyle, okay, fuck it, let her be with Kyle. Yeah, Tracy. Sitwell's emotional scenes are very difficult to watch because there's no fucking emotion that's coming out of them. Like I can't sit there and watch you fake cry. Like I can't. Like I can't watch Trina fake cry. But with Trina, the actress is young. Sitwell, bro, you a little bit older and you still can't pull off crime scenes. Like there's a problem with that. Johnson says, and Brady may be joining Black Patch with Steve. Oh, I'm so with that, Jonathan. I'm so with that. Domex says they even set the dude up with a fake lottery ticket. They did stuff to trigger that dude. I mean, people wouldn't be cool with you trying to an alcoholic, give alcohol to a recovering alcoholic. Yes. Tracy says, what do you think is going to happen with Brooklyn and Chase having the baby? As a foster parent, do you think someone will come along? I think that's exactly what's going to want to happen. And then she's going to be all sad. And this is my whole thing. Like when I saw the previews and she's all like nervous and excited to sit there and be a foster parent, I was like, girl, you're being a temporary foster parent. Temporary. You are fucking temporary. Like I can't get into the story because I feel like she's getting way too attached to this child that she is eventually going to have to give up. And Tracy told her she's going to have to get out. And Tracy also told her that she's getting too attached and she's going to get hurt. It's like I can't feel bad for people who are literally sitting there deciding to speed off the fucking cliff, and then when it happens, they start having that dumb look on their face. It's like I'm over Nicole. People defend her all over Twitter, but she is definitely admitting to using Carlton for her emotional needs. I'm like, Carlton, you need to just sit there and just take a step back. Ted is like, oh, well, she's worth fighting for. I was like, no, she's not. Because the minute that you decide you want to sit there and be real with her and be honest with her, she wants to sit there and treat you like shit and decide, oh, well, I'm going to sit there and just get the next man. I'm like, bro, you should sit there and value yourself more, Because that's literally what you're doing. You're being fucking used. I love it. I'm gonna say something that's fucking controversial, and I don't give a shit. But Carlton is literally simply being used and being fucking played, right? And yet, I don't sit there and see a lot of people sit there saying poor Carlton. But all the time, it's the constant poor Danny situation, where Danny chose to sit there and stay in a relationship where she knew she was being cheated on multiple fucking times, where she was literally in a position of power by name, by fucking money, and yet she chose to stay. But yet you had a bunch of women snitting saying, poor Danny this, poor Danny that. Carlton's literally snitting being used, and I guess it's just nothing but fucking cricket. Yeah. See, I mean, everyone has their baggage, but like, still. I just, uh, I can't win the call. I'm literally on some like fuck Nicole shit, to be honest. But no, but knowing this soap opera, Carlton's going to keep Smith coming back for more, and I'm going to keep getting annoyed more and more and more fucking times. Which, on a side note, if anybody follow me on Twitter, I mean not Twitter, on TikTok, I wound up doing a particular video about Beyond the Gates. People were mad. Oof, were people were so mad. Oh my goodness! But I loved every minute of it. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with Haley getting her fucking comeuppance. I'm glad. I'm glad that Tomas is not there telling Bill next week that he's quitting. And when he was like, "Oh, is it because of Haley?" And Tomas was like, "Yeah, it's because of Haley. I'm fucking leaving." What's good, Warrior Hero? He was like, "Yeah, it's because of your dingbat bimbo fucking wife. I am fucking leaving." Dominic says, "You can tell they didn't like Ted because he wasn't as degrading for he wasn't as desperate for their approval as Bill was because there's no way they should be cooler with Bill than Ted." Hmm. Facts. 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 But yeah, I'm glad that Tomas is like, you know what, listen, I'm out. And I'm like, yo, your wife is making this place a toxic work environment. And I don't need to sit there and stay, and I don't need to put up with your wife. I don't need to sit there and put up with you, Mr. Big Bad Bill. I'm out. Susan says you mentioned that you had a post about Beyond the Gates the other day, but I couldn't find it. Oh, no, I put it on TikTok. I didn't have time to put it on YouTube. I put it on TikTok. Needless to say, I it wasn't positive. I also put it on Instagram, but it wasn't positive. People were mad. Like people were mad. No, it was a video. It was like it was like a short video, but I just I don't know. You know, my whole thing is like I felt like some people were defending it for the wrong reasons. And I'm not gonna get into the whole video, but like I'm like, you shouldn't really defend the show because it's a show that has black people. You should defend the show because you think it's a good quality show. Like, okay, cool, yeah, it's a black show, but like I'm looking at the quality of the show, not the color of the people of the show. I feel like that's what people tend to get this emotional stance and like, oh, I got feedback. I'll say true, Susan. Like, not everybody actually like got upset with me. There were some people that actually did like agree with me. Some people that did agree with me. I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, like I look at the quality of the show and I want the show to be better. And I don't want people to sit there and just defend the show just because it's a show for black people. Like, no, it should be a show that should be good. And if it happens to be an all black cast, cool. But like the fucking quality should be there. No, it wasn't all. I got feedback. I don't know. Anyway, as much seriously, Cherry, and that's the thing, Jonathan. Like I stand on that. Like I stand on that. Like with all seriousness, I stand on that. But unfortunately, I do got to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I am going to end the stream here. I will be back tomorrow. We'll sit through do a member stream. It's definitely come through Sunday. I will be with family, so I won't be doing a stream because it's be Easter Sunday. But members definitely come through tomorrow. We'll have a good time. We're gonna do part two. Um, And another soap opera that I'm actually liking. So definitely come through for that. If you're not a member, make sure you join. And yeah, thank you for everyone for coming through. This is fun. Have a good night, Susan. Have a good night, Cherry. It's good that Beyond the Gates have predominantly black cast, but it needs more to keep people tuning. Exactly, 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 Jonathan. Have a night, Darby. Have a night, Latasha. Have a night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a night, Black Mon. Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, my gorgeous Queen Cat Lady. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soap Chat Baba Bostic. Thank you. Good night and hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button, okay? Hit that like button. I don't know where we are with the likes, but I'm pretty sure we're not at 20. I don't think we're nowhere near 20. Okay, all right, well, where's exactly for? Okay, 16. Yes, have a night, Latasha. Thank you for joining tonight. You know, Jonathan, I got a question I'm gonna ask you tomorrow. Oh, of course, Dolex. Listen, your stuff is good. You have talent. Okay, I will always sit there and support my friends, and I always will support my friends who have talent. So I'm not gonna lie to you about talent. Like I'm not. So, yes, definitely support John Maddox. I put his stuff in the pin comment, and I will put it in. I don't know why it doesn't let me do that. Okay, thank you. And I will put it in the description box after the stream, so definitely check it out. Of course, John Maddox, of course. Um, yeah, Jonathan, if you're here tomorrow, I have a question to ask you. It's nothing soap related. It's actually Arrowverse related. So um, yeah, have a good night, everyone, and members. I'll see you tomorrow. So definitely come through. And if you're not a member, join. Become a member. A lot of fun.